Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Paloma and this is Paloma Beauty. Now for today's look, I have used the new Revlon So Fierce eyeshadow palette to create this look right here. So if you want to know how I achieve this look, please keep watching. Alright, to start off with, I'm going in with the new Revlon Skin Lights Face Glow Illuminator. Now you can use this under your foundation, you can mix it in with your foundation, you can use it over top of your foundation. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit on the high points of my face, on top of my cheekbones, down my nose. I don't want the glow all over my face. I also haven't used this before, so I don't want to just put all over my face and look like Tin Man. So I'm just putting a little bit on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to use just my fingers to blend that in the spots that I want it. Now, if you look at the color here, it's kind of like a gold, pinky gold color. I think they did have lighter shades. They were just sold out. So this one's probably a little bit dark for my skin, like putting it on top of my foundation. That's why I'm putting it underneath. It looks like a nice product, very illuminating. I like it. So I like it so far. We'll just have to see how foundation sits on top of it. Hopefully the color doesn't, come through foundation because it is a little bit dark for my face. A little bit bronzy. But it's very glowy, goodness me. I'm going to put a little bit down my nose. Okay, for foundation today, I'm going to be mixing two, shocker, and I'm going with my L'Oreal Infallible and my Fit Me by Maybelline Matte and Poreless one. And I'm just going to put mostly the Fit Me one and then just a couple little squirts of the Infallible one. Now, I did get a little bit of a tan while I was on holidays, but it's been quite cold where I am and gloomy, so that's gone. Now I'm just going in with my Real Techniques face sponge. Finally cleaned it. I was kind of struggling cleaning my face sponge. I was putting in soap. I even had a special sponge soap for it, which I just didn't really like. So what I did is I just put it in my micellar water and just soaked it overnight. And then I just washed it in the shower and all the makeup came out, which was awesome. So if you want an easy, lazy way to clean your face sponge, just put it into micellar water, leave it overnight, breaks down all that foundation, and then just rinse it under the tap. So I only mixed those two foundations together the first time the other day, and I really like the finish of it. And you can definitely see the Skin Lights Illuminator peeking through, which is great. And you can't see that it's a little bit darker, the actual Skin Lights product underneath the foundation, which is good. So I really like that product. I'd like to get a lighter one and put it in my foundation for a really dewy look. Alright, for concealer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Conceal in the shade 20 Light. Haven't used this in a while. Really high coverage concealer, and it's definitely going to be good for the shadows that I'm using today. So just put a little bit on the back of my hand. And I'm going to be using a brush just to place that on underneath my eyes, and then I'm also going to use it as a eyeshadow primer, an eye primer, sorry. Now I find you only need a little bit of this, and you definitely want to blend it in quickly. It is pouring outside today. So the star of the show today is the new Revlon So Fierce eyeshadow palette. So this is new to Revlon. Picked this up at Priceline the other day. I love the shades. You get 4 metallic shades, beautiful colors. I also really love the print on the actual pan. I went to swatch with my finger the other day. I was like, no, I'm going to ruin it. But really love the look of these. Very excited to try them out. Now, because there isn't any matte shades in there, I'm just going to go in with my Rimmel Stay Matte Translucent Powder just to set the concealer my eyes. Alright, I've just set my lids with the Rimmel Translucent Powder using my Real Techniques brush. I love this brush. I use it for so many different things. It's awesome. Now for my eyes, I'm going to start off a little bit different today and start my lower lash line. I don't usually start my eyes like this, but I'm doing something different today, different look that I haven't done before, so it could go terribly or, you know, fluke it and it might turn out okay. And the colour I'm going to be using is this one here, the bluey teal kind of colour. So I'm going to be using a, what brush am I going to use? I'm going to use one of these angled fluffy brushes here just to sweep it, and I'm going to drag it out a little bit, kind of creating like a wing, a bottom wing. So we'll see how we go. Alright, just zoomed you in so you can see the mistakes I'm about to make. So I've just dipped my brush into the product and I'm just going to start placing it on. I'm just going to do it to about halfway first, see how we go. And I'm just realising this brush is probably a little bit too fat for this. Now it's going to look a little bit scary to begin with, but just bear with me. So I've just placed it on and dragged it out a little bit to create a wing just like that. And that's the finished look. I'm kidding. Alright, let's try to do the other eye the same. Okay, so we're just going to leave the bottom like that for now. Probably come back to touch it up a little bit. This side's not cooperating as much, so I'm just going to angle my face this way because this side is good. Now the next shade I'm going in with is this one here. It's kind of like a pinky coppery colour, and I'm going to be putting that on my top lash line, kind of connecting to that wing just on the outer corner there. Now the brush I am going to use, let's have a look. I feel like I need better brushes, struggling. I'm using a flat brush just like this, dipping into the shade, ruining the beautiful pattern on the pan. Now I'm not going to spray my brush yet. I'm just going to see how the shadow applies without it being wet first, and then if it needs to be amped up a bit, then I will put it on. Alright, so this colour is definitely not as dark as I thought it was going to be. So I'm just going to spray my brush and see if it kind of intensifies the pigment of it. So I have this look in my mind. I'm just hoping these shadows work with that look. Disappointed with that shade, to be honest. Alright, underwhelming. I'm changing tact. I'm going to go back in with that blue and that brush that I used earlier, and I'm going to start putting that on my top lash line. It's going to look a little bit muddy because I am going over that weird pinky shade. So just bear with me. Oh, I'm really sad that that other colour wasn't what I expected. Like, it's still a nice colour, it just, I'd say it's better as a lid shade. So we'll still try to incorporate it into my look, but I did just want like more of a darker colour for the wing. Okay, so what I'm doing now is getting a angled brush like this, and then I'm going to spray it with my infallible magic setting spray. I'm going to dip back into that dark blue color. I'm just going to intensify the wing a little bit because I have been blending it and it's lost a little bit of its pigment. So I'm actually just going to place this brush, just like dabbing it on, just intensifying the shimmer, if you can see there, and also on the top. I've brought it in like 3/4 of the way in. Okay, for the next shade, I'm going in with this taupey, purpley colour. It's got like a bit of a silver throwback to it. And I'm going to be placing this all over the lid. Now this shade is more of like a topper. And right now I don't have anything on my lid, so hopefully it has a nice like reflect to it. And I'm just going to go in with my finger to begin with. And we'll see what it looks like. Now, this shade also has a bit of a bluish reflect to it, so it will tie in nicely with the eyeliner that I did. Now, if you get over the eyeliner, that's okay. Just go back in with your brush and the blue product. Just go back over to intensify it. I really like that shade. It's got a really nice reflect to it. I'm just going to keep pressing it on. Now I'm going to go with that red shade that I tried to use earlier, and I'm just going to see if it looks good. If I just put a little bit on the outer corner, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's so faint, which is really a shame because it looks so nice in the pan. I can barely see it. Oh, it's so annoying. I'm really looking forward to using it. Okay, no, not gonna work. I'm just gonna go back over with the blue. Alright, next I'm going to go in with the last shade that I haven't used yet, the gold one here, and I'm going in with another flat brush, spraying it again, lots of flat brushes, lots of spraying. Now I'm going to put that on my inner corner. Now hopefully it's not too dark, it's okay if it is, this looks a little bit different. I'm just experimenting with my new palette, guys. Now with that shade, I'm going to drag it into the lid shade as well. Oh, again, underwhelming with that shade. Guys, I'm so excited for this palette. The shade's really not great either. Damn. Okay, I wasn't a fan of that shade, so I actually went in and put concealer on top of it, which I wouldn't normally do, but it was really annoying me. So I'm going to leave that and put a little bit more of that taupey, silvery kind of colour, just more towards my inner corner, not on my inner corner because it's too dark, but I'm just going to bring it in a little bit more so we've got something there. Okay, to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed in that palette, which is a shame because I do really love Revlon shadows. I mean, this blue colour and this one in the end, I really love. Like, the blue's really pigmented and it stands out, but the other two shades were a little bit of a flop for me, which is a shame. So, I don't know. If I really love that blue, like, I will continue to use this palette, but realistically, I'm only using the two shades in there now. Unless I can try and get the other ones to work a different way. So I'll let you guys know how I go with that. But ultimately this is an eye look. Like, it turned out kind of easier than I thought. Well, not easier, but simpler than I thought it was going to be. I had this whole look planned, but you know what? Sometimes that happens, doesn't really go to plan. So, okay, the bronzer I'm using today is the L'Oreal Wild Bronze Glow in the shade La Terra. This is in my current favorites because I really love it. And I'm just using my big fluffy brush from Real Techniques. I mean, I still like how the look turned out. It's just not really what I had planned, but oh well. I might have to go and get, they have like 4 different shade ranges of those little eyeshadow palettes, so I might go get another one and see how that one goes. The warm brown bronzy palette was sold out, of course, like everyone's favourite colours. So hopefully that comes back in stock and I can get one. Okay, for blush, where is it? Oh my god, you should see my makeup table right now. It is a mess. Okay, oh there it is. I am going to be using the Tarte blush in the shade Thrilled. Looks like this. It's like a nice, warm, everyday kind of blush. It's a matte, it's not a glowy blush, which I usually do go for glowy blushes, but today changing it up. Now these Tarte blushes are very pigmented. I've had mine for like 5 years, I think. And you know, I haven't even hit pan on it yet because they are so pigmented. And mine's a mini one too, so it's definitely lasted me a while. Ooh, I went a bit heavy with that. I forgot how pigmented it was. Okay, then I'm going to go in with my contour palette from Tarte, the Pro Glow To Go. Just contour my cheeks. I filmed a little get ready with me on my Instagram the other day. I was just getting ready to go out to dinner, so I thought I'd film it. Let me know if you guys like that, if you want me to keep doing them, or if you just prefer me to do my makeup on YouTube. Just let me know. Happy to do both. I quite liked doing it on IG the other day, you know, just hanging out, listening to my music. Yeah, so just let me know in the comments below if you want to see more of those. Just going to put a little bit down my nose. With my contour, I'm also going to put it on my temple. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to press it down and drag it up into my hairline. Now, this is going to help, because I have a wing, it's going to kind of lift the eye a little bit and, how's the best way to explain it? Yeah, just lift the eye and kind of drag it out. I actually learned that off Nikki Makeup on Instagram. She's like a celebrity makeup artist. Oh my gosh. She does these Sunday tutorials and I find her voice just so soothing, and she's just doing someone's makeup and oh, it's just so beautiful. So if you love watching Instagram makeup tutorials, definitely check out Nikki Makeup because she's an incredible makeup artist. Okay, for highlight, I'm only going to use a little bit because you can still kind of see that Skin Lights product that I put on the beginning on my cheek. So I don't want it to be too crazy highlighted. The one I'm going to be using is the Wet n Wild Highlighting Powder in Precious Petals. And I'm actually going to use a fan brush. I haven't used this one in a long time, but this gives more of like a softer application. I'm also going to put a little bit down the center of my nose and on my cupid's bow. And I haven't done my eyebrows yet, so I'm just going to put a little bit like on my brow bone. It's okay if it gets in your eyebrows a little bit. Okay, I just did my brows. Now, for mascara, I'm going to be using my Lash Paradise mascara. Now, it's so annoying. I had to throw out all my other mascaras because I was really bad. I got a sty and I kept using my mascara because that's just what I do. And I kept getting them, kind of gross, but I had to throw out all my mascaras, so I need to go out and purchase a couple more. So this is all I've got right now because I didn't use this while I had the sty, so it hasn't been compromised. Cool story. God. To be honest, I would use that mascara in every video, but I feel like I need to show some variety, but it's just such a good mascara. It's so black, so volumizing, and I love it. Now, I'm not really used to having such a heavy lower lash line. I don't really know how to, sorry, I'm looking at my mirror. I don't really know how to feel about it right now. I think it's just something I need to get used to, but let me know if you think it suits me or if it doesn't, be honest guys. But I think because I'm not used to not having any definition in my crease now, if you're recreating this look at home, you can obviously put like a matte shadow in your crease, your bronzer, just to kind of warm it up a little bit or add some definition. But I really love that blue color. I think it looks really nice, especially with that shimmery shadow on top as well. Okay, for lips, I'm going in with a MAC lipstick. It's called Really Me. It's one of their matte lipsticks. It's quite a cool tone, purpley nude color. I thought it might go well with the shimmery shade I have on the lid. Now, I don't have a lip liner, so I'm just going to go in straight with the lipstick. It's like a purpley nude grey kind of colour, if that's even possible. It's a little bit washed out. It's a little bit ashy for me. Hold up. Okay, for my lips, I added the Natural NYX lip liner just to warm it up a little bit because it did look a little bit dead on me. And then I added the Rimmel Oh My gloss just a little bit over the top. This is in the shade Love Bug. Now, I'm just looking at my eyes now and I feel like I need some definition my inner corner here. So what I'm going to do is, so I'm just looking for my brush. Oh my god, my desk is such a mess. And I'm going to use a angled brush like this and dip into the blue color and just a really small amount. And what I'm going to do is just place a little bit, it's kind of like on my upper waterline, just on the inner part here, just to add a little bit of definition. And on this side, I feel like I'm looking too, what's the word, like doe-eyed. Wasn't really suiting me too well, so I'm just gonna add that. I don't know if you guys can see, but it does add a big difference in person. Alright guys, that is the finished look. Definitely not how I envisioned it, but I still love the finished product. I especially love that blue shade. It's really nice. You could even just use it on your top lash line, little wing, or all over the lid, however you want. But yeah, if you guys have any requests of what you want to see next, please let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.